force everyone to go to Chiro Europe. That's like my one thing. I think a lot of times when you say, "Oh, you should come to this seminar," people think it's just, chiropractors sitting down and writing and it's super boring, but it's like it's the complete opposite. It's like it's the it's this community of life coming together. And it's like this high vibration that you don't feel anywhere else because all these people have is love and you feel it. And it's like, I've been to Car Europe and I've come back just crying from gratitude because it's like, this is so it gets overwhelming at one point, but it's like this is what we should be giving to our patients and the or patients, clients. But the only way you can do that is if you felt that. And I think unfortunately within school there's like they have to be within these certain bounds and like regulations of what they can say and what they can't say, especially in the UK. It's very regulated, and in doing so it really limits students and their ability to grow as a person themselves and like decide what their beliefs are and what their mission is and what their purpose is. Because if a school's not encouraging students to go to events like this, and the only reason students are going is because a couple people in their class know about it, if not, there might even be none. Like it it's so sad when you see chiropractors leave uni. And I think it's like 1 in 5 chiropractors after 5 years stops being a chiropractor, which is so sad. You know, we've got such a beautiful gift. We've got such a beautiful gift of knowledge that we've been blessed with. And it's so important for people to understand like the the extent of to like the extent of power that has, you know? It's such a beautiful thing. And like even like you said, like you doing this podcast, it helps so many people understand what they're going into. Because if you don't want to help people and if you're doing this for selfish reasons like money, there's you can only grow so much, you know? And I think so many students, they kind of blindly follow what the school says and what the schools say because they know nothing else. And it's so important. Like now it's amazing because we have social media, right? And we can spread the message. But there's still there's still another step that needs to be taken. People need to be going to events like this. There's chiropractors that will sponsor students, sponsor so many people because they know the power of like at the extent of the power that we have. And it's so important for people to come to events like this because like it's amazing. Like now it's I'm saying like this is amazing, but sometimes I don't feel that way. And the way I find that power and motivation is surrounding myself with people that have that belief, because it reminds me of that belief, right? And it's so important that we build that community and that support around us for people to uplift us, because we're humans. We need that community, and we need those people around us. And we're not, like you said, chiropractic is super individualistic, and it gets really lonely if we don't have those people to support us. And there's very few people outside of that community that actually understand us. And so when we go to events and we connect to people, beautiful things happen, amazing things happen. And it's wonderful.
Yeah, when I talk about culture, I'm talking about what are the routines that you see students having, because if a student doesn't create their own routine, then somebody will give them a routine. And what's happening, I think, is that the school gives you a routine, which is like study for your exams, pass your classes, jump through the hoops. But if you don't create a routine, which is like a supplemental education that's chiropractic centered, chiropractic specific, where you're developing skills, and that's the expectation of you if you're to stay within your cohort, or like if you're going to keep being able to spend time with the people that you want to spend time with, your fellow students, you're going to have to practice.